Hey everyone, it's Tim with Collect Jurassic here. We're back again, all ready to cover some new Mattel Jurassic World figures. We were just talking about some new reveals yesterday, but we already have a part 2 for you with some more figures that I'm very excited to talk about. There's some really cool stuff in this latest wave. There was obviously some cool stuff in the last wave that we talked about in the video before, if you want to check that out, where we went over some of the new attack pack figures, including Ceratosaurus and baby Brachiosaurus. But today we're covering a new grouping of figures, including TRex, some Baryonyx in there, and a couple other exciting figures that I can't wait to talk about. It seems like every day that comes, we're looking at some new release from Mattel. And again, these could be on the way for later this year or even early 2022 as part of Dino Escape. The first figure we're going to look at here is the Ankylosaurus. This one's probably the least exciting of the bunch. It does look to be just like basically a repaint of the Roarvors version, though it could have some added action features like primal attack or something along those lines, but it doesn't look like it really kind of lines up with any other kind of Ankylosaurus design, be it bumpy or something from the movie. We probably already have one that's pretty close to the movie, so this one is really just an opportunity for Mattel to re-release the Ankylosaurus with some colorations that kind of line up with what it's doing with the rest of the Dino Escape line, which is just very neutral, natural colors being applied to this, which is kind of nice. I mean, if you think about it, the last Ankylosaurus we got was the Roarvors repaint that was very vibrant, very bright green. So they're kind of bringing Ankylosaurus back down to earth. And, it's been a while since it's been on shelves, so it'll be a chance for a lot of people to pick up an adult Ankylosaurus again whenever this figure hits. The next figure is one that we're probably getting sick of. I think we were already sick of Baryonyx this year, but there are a couple more Baryonyx figures on the way, I know. But what's cool about these is that they are Camp Cretaceous versions of the figure. We already have the Soundstrike Baryonyx Grim that was released in 2020. That was a retooled Baryonyx figure with that primal attack action, and it looks like the other two figures from Camp Cretaceous that are Baryonyx will be joining Grim. That's Limbo and Chaos, which I'll go over. I'll go over both of them here in the video, but here we have the. I think this is Chaos. I'm not sure exactly, but we did already get a version of this figure in the Camp Adventure set that was a Target exclusive set, but that figure was pretty bare bones. No electronics, no action features. All it really did was bite. It didn't have any other functionality, but it looks like we're going to be getting a Soundstrike version with electronic roar and primal attack. Hard to tell from these photos for both of these Baryonyx since they are early renders. Here's the other one. There's really no seams that you can see, but the descriptions do say they are electronic. You can see the seam on the tail there, so these are both Soundstrike versions of Baryonyx. Literally the identical same figure with different colorations to reflect those designs from the Camp Cretaceous show, which is cool that we're getting all three and we're not kind of having to cobble together different Baryonyx from different releases to get the all three figures that are in the show. Grim has a great paint job, but this last one that we're looking at on screen here, I really, really like this paint job too. It kind of reminds me of Fallen Kingdoms with some slight updates, but they all sort of have that, what I call a waterline effect, where like there's paint color above and below where the Baryonyx would be in the water. Not that we see them a lot in the water in the movie or in the show, but I just kind of gives them like a crocodilian alligator sort of feel, which I think is really cool. So a couple more Baryonyx on the way to celebrate Camp Cretaceous. No surprise there that they're releasing toys that sort of sync up with the show, being as it's just getting more popular as they release more seasons. Another figure that's no surprise is Ceratosaurus coming from Camp Cretaceous. Again, another figure that was limited to an exclusive set and a hard to find set here in the States. The what was it called? The Ceratosaurus Clash set, I believe. And that was available in very limited quantities. This Ceratosaur design was part of that set, but this figure actually looks like a slight retool even of the Ceratosaurus that we got. I'm guessing this one has some primal attack, some electronic features, but it does have the exact same deco from that other Camp Cretaceous set. But again, it was hard to find. So the fact that this figure is probably going to get some sort of wider release with some added functionality is awesome, because that other figure really wasn't easy to get, and everyone needs to, complete your Camp Cretaceous menagerie of species. So we'll get another chance at Ceratosaurus here. Being as it was featured in season 2, it makes sense that they, kind of want to make that figure more available. So more Camp Cretaceous tie-ins for you there. The next figure we're looking at is all new. Well, technically all new. It's Allosaurus. We actually do have a couple Allosaurus figures already that are both different from each other, and we're getting a third one that's even, again, different. It's sort of a hybrid of what we got for Battle at Big Rock and Fallen Kingdom. It's somewhere in between with a really cool new paint job, and I gotta say, I just like the way this figure looks overall, way more than any of the other Allosaurus figures that we received. This one has like a more gray, muted tones, but I really like the spikes on the back and the red on the neck. It just looks really, really cool. Just that splash of color. You can tell that this is a very, very early render. This figure isn't actually a photo of a figure, but I think that just probably tells us that this figure is still a little bit a ways off. But even this preliminary glimpse of it, I'm really excited by what I'm seeing, because it does look like it's such a different version of the Allosaurus that we've been used to with the other toys that have come out. So excited to see this one, in the flesh when it eventually does come out. And we're going to end on a bang with the T-Rex that has been revealed today. I mean, this thing looks awesome, and the main thing is the capture gear, but we'll get to that in a second. The T-Rex itself, it's got a couple interesting things too. I think a lot of people are thinking that this is just a repaint of the epic Roaring Rex, but that is not true. It does look to be its own kind of figure. You can already see it has different neck joints, but look at those knee joints. Apparently it has some sort of walking or running action as well. So looks like it's sort of based on epic Roaring, but doing its own thing. But what's really exciting about this figure is that it comes with capture gear, so we can actually somehow put the Rex in some sort of gear that it can break out, which is just a total throwback to the Kenner Jurassic Park and Lost World days when figures did come with capture gear. We've all been wanting it for a long time with Mattel. It looks like we're finally going to get our chance at it with this figure. And again, paired with that running joint, it's just an all-new Rex figure that is very exciting. Somewhat based on Camp Cretaceous, but the capture gear kind of gives it its own original spin. But yeah, all these figures are just really, really exciting. Of course, there's some all-new figures, some repaints, some retools, but the newness just isn't stopping. They just keep showing us more and more things for next year. So very exciting time to be a Jurassic collector. I may be back with a part 3 if there's more reveals, so stick around and stay tuned. But until next time, I'm Tim with Collect Jurassic, and thanks for watching.